Confession time. I have unresolved feelings about a skating ring in Buenos Aires, Argentina. And it's called the Jam and Roller. And it's fictional. And I'm genuinely, after 10 years, I'm still not over it. This place stresses me out. Okay, it still stresses me out. Every day at 5 p.m. for years, my grandmother and I will sit down and watch Soy Luna. Every day, okay? Religiously. I kind of reached middle school, and then I really, really wanted to keep watching it, but it just wasn't cool, okay? I don't even remember what the kids were watching at the time. This is 2017, 2018. Did Euphoria even come out at this point? I don't think so. So I'm finally gonna be catching up for the sake of this video. Violetta, which was the other show, I watched significantly less. I think I was just younger and I was more into, I don't know. I don't even know what I was into at the time. What can I say? Probably Miraculous Ladybug. I loved Miraculous Ladybug. Gravity Falls was my stuff. Star vs. the Forces of Evil. But it didn't matter whether you actually were into the show or not. This stuff was kind of just in the air. Disney Channel, they played the music videos on rotation constantly. You knew every song anyway. For almost 20 years, Disney Channel Latin America ran what might be the most successful unhinged content machine in kids TV. Overall, there's a solid chance that you've never heard of the shows before. So, we're gonna get into some vocabulary first. What is a telenovela? A telenovela is not the same as a soap opera. A soap opera never ends. Same characters for 30 years. Actors are literally pass. Oh my god. Actors literally pass and they replace them. and it's nothing happened. And they keep going and we don't address it at all. Telenovelas are different. They have an ending. It runs daily. It's usually somewhere between 100 and 300 episodes. If someone will eventually expire. So we have been running this system since the 50s. Basically, a shared habitat, a shared appointment where everyone sits down at the same time to watch the same people crying every week and the same over-dramatic plot lines that we know what's gonna happen, but we're still gonna see it. At least until streaming happened. But now we're gonna take this process and we're gonna put it, we're gonna put characters in a band, in a performing arts school, and and the show comes with built-in songs. Boom! You get them every day, plus you get the theme song stuck in your head for the other 23 hours. It's just not TV anymore. It's reality. Now kids have replaced that with influencers. Disney didn't invent this, okay? Disney didn't invent this magical realm of telenovelas for teenagers. They kind of just saw a business that was up and going. It was a growing money-making machine. And absolutely, Disney jumped on it. I respect the business opportunity. So Disney Channel Latin America launched on July 27, 2000 as a premium channel. Meaning that you had to pay extra for it. It was more of a niche thing, And in 2004, it moves to a basic cable. And suddenly, it's competing with Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network for the same kids every single day. And pretty quickly, the local show starts beating the American imports in the ratings. And just not a short gap. Turns out that kids in Buenos Aires were not exactly clamoring for Hannah Montana. Let's talk about Chris Morena. Chris Morena is already a former actress and singer who reinvented herself as the queen of Argentine teen television. She created Chiquititas in 1995, The Rebelde Way in 2002, which were both massive hits, literally massive hits. And this is before Floricienta ever existed. She's written something like 600 songs across her own shows. The other name is Ideas del Sur, which was owned by Marcelo Tinelli. the host of TV reality show Match, the guy behind Bailando por un Sueño, which was like kind of like our version of Dancing for a Dream. I don't know, was that even like a US thing, Dancing for a Dream? Like they would dance for like to accomplish something, money, or
Dancing with the Stars. It was just for like fame.
but you get money from like,
I mean, yes.
because like I think I barely remember how this works, but I think Dancing for a Dream was like them either dancing for like money or check on that. I guess it's an equivalent to Dancing with the Stars, but sort of. But there wasn't stars. It was just people dancing for something. So at this point, we get to Floricienta in 2004. Cinderella crossed with the Sound of Music, but it's set in Argentina. This is Chris Morena's show, Chris Morena's response, and I'm telling you, it's massive. Over 300 licensed products. And I need you to sit down with me. Floricienta apples were actually a very popular product.
Like the fruit.
Yes, the fruit.
Why?
Branded apples. Because why not? Floricienta, it got remade in 5 different countries. Brazil, Portugal, Chile, all used this name Floribela. Colombia kept it as Floricienta. And Mexico did its own version called Lola Érase una vez. Lola Once Upon a Time. So Disney, like, actually bought a lot of the Latin American broadcast rights to a lot of shows prior. They didn't just immediately, like, start making shows. Like, they bought shows first. From Chris Morena, this one's, and then they started launching them on the Disney Channel program. There's a lot of shows, so I'm just gonna kind of like go over like the most popular ones. So at this point, you know, we came from 2004, Floricienta, boom. We're in 2007, Patito Feo, the ugly duckling. Oh my god, the ugly duckling. Patito Feo, I remembered Patito Feo like it was yesterday. It was basically the ugly duckling, but she's on a scholarship. And she's at a performing arts school in Buenos Aires, Argentina. We keep on bringing Argentina a lot. As you can see, there's a pattern. So the whole school split into 2 rival factions of girls, las populares and las divinas. Mean girls, but they had recording contracts. It was awesome. I was Team Gasolina. I love that song. I'm gonna play it for you guys later. The plot does not hold back either, okay? We have the secret father, we have fake pregnancy, we have attempted murder, and then the father reveal happens live on television inside the show itself. We can make a video on the show alone, actually. There's a lot happening. 304 episodes across 2 seasons aired in more than 50 countries. It cost about $4 million a season to make, which works out to something like $40,000 per hour of finished content. The soundtrack pulled 11 platinum certifications and top charts in Italy, Spain, Greece, and Portugal. In Spain alone, it went 4 times platinum. Over 280,000 units sold in 6 months. 4 separate concert tours drew more than 2 million people worldwide in person for a cast that was, again, mostly teenagers. So Patito Feo did have a lot of behind-the-scenes tea. And actually, not even tea. Actually, there's a lot of serious stuff that happened on set. Here's the problem. Kids weren't rooting for Patito Feo in the show, okay? They were rooting for Antonella and Las Divinas, which were like the gorgeous mean girls.
You feel like an unlikable character.
No. The unlikable one was Antonella. She was mean. She was evil.
Yeah, so why, like, was there a reason that they all hated Patito?
Just she was like, I guess like stereotypically nerdy. They wanted to make the character, the glasses, the braids. Like, she's the ugly duckling, and Antonella's beautiful and always has her makeup done, and
Wow.
yeah. Show was teaching kids bullying. Basically, the show is teaching kids bullying. And it got so bad that the writers actually had to tone it down for the villain. And they rewrote her mid-run of the show to kind of like soften her up a little, I guess. So the bullies were winning in this case. It's yep. Juan D'Artes, who played Leandro, was accused by his co-star Telma Fardin of SA on the Patito Feo tour in Nicaragua in 2009. She was 16 and he was 45. She came forward publicly in 2018, which set up hashtag Mira Cómo Nos Ponemos, Argentina's version of the Me Too reckoning. He was convicted in Brazil in 2024 to 6 years, and that sentence was formally upheld by Brazil's federal court in May of 2026. Laura Esquivel, who played Patito, ended up leaving a version of what her own character went through. Kids recognized her on the street and yelled things at her, the exact stuff her character got yelled at in the show. She talked openly about anxiety and depression. She said that she hit a real low part of her life at the age of 25, after basically 13 straight years of this, starting when she was 12 years old. No child has the tool to handle that kind of exposure. After watching two, rival companies fighting over the custody of the genre of the teenage telenovelas, Disney decides, to take its own take on the Disney Channel telenovela. And in 2012, we get Violetta. Violetta is the fully first originally Disney Channel Latin America production. I want to explain because it was co-developed. It's a strange setup. Violetta was financed and co-produced by Disney Channel Latin America, Disney Channel Europe, Disney Channel Middle East, and Disney Channel Africa, all pulling resources into one show. The actual filming happened entirely in Buenos Aires through a local production company called Polka Producciones, each of them rolling it out on their own market, on their own schedules, and on their own times. It premiered in Latin America and Italy in May of 2012. Brazil, France, and Spain got it a few months later, between September and October. The UK didn't get it until July, introducing an entire new audience to the daily telenovela format, basically for the first time. There was no synchronized worldwide premiere, no single global market campaign. It kind of just happened in random days. No one synced up to schedule. So a musically gifted teenager, she moves back to Buenos Aires. Her dad has banned her from singing for reasons that slowly unravel over the season. Turns out that her mother didn't die, she just left. There's a villain who infiltrates the school purely for the money. A memory loss arc gets thrown in later because why not? And, the same telenovela bones as always. We keep the same format, just with a little Disney sparkle, Disney magic. And most importantly, with Disney money behind it, right? The 2015 tour, Violetta Live, grossed $76.8 million and sold 1.5 million tickets. That landed at 15th on the entire world's list of highest growing tours that year. I'm talking just children's tours. I'm talking about all tours, any tours period, going up against adult pop stars. Full disclosure, I did not watch the show. I know I did not watch the show. I saw, clips and bits for the sake of this video. Besides the music, I remember the music because, as I said at the start, the music was around. But I didn't really watch the show. I was very surprised by some of the stuff that I saw going into this video. What were kids watching at 15? What were kids watching at 15? But as I said, it didn't matter whether I watched it or not. The kids around me were. The songs in constant rotation. So the tea on Violetta. After Violetta raps, she becomes the first Argentine artist ever signed to Hollywood Records. Hits #1 in Argentina, top 20 across Europe and ends up working with Coldplay, Karol G, Dookie, etc., etc. She actually makes good music. You guys check it out. She's a beautiful woman, beautiful lady. Soy Luna. I did actually watch this one. I can actually talk in regards of the plot of this one. Except the last season. I did not watch the last season. As I explained before, I was too old. So we have a Mexican roller skater named Luna. She moves to Buenos Aires and she stumbles onto a rink called Jam and Roller, which, remember, is this fictional building I was talking about. Turns out that Luna is actually Sol Benson. You guys get that? Luna, Sol. Like, her real name was Sol, but her adopted parents called her Luna. And she has a necklace that's a moon, and it's missing a sun. It's a huge part, like the necklace. She keeps on having dreams about this fire. It's crazy. Yeah, she's the heir to like a humongous fortune. The woman who employs her, Luna's adopted parents, it's actually her biological aunt. And like, she didn't know that Luna was involved in any. So she's the actual heir of like this fortune. But oh my god, I'm losing my train of thought. I'm trying to explain the plot, but this is so complicated. She doesn't employ her aunt. She employs Luna's adopted parents. The woman who employs her adopted parents is responsible for her biological parents' death, as one does. And then there's Amber, who is her goddaughter. It's her goddaughter of this woman that I was explaining before. She's the villain. Of course, she's the villain. Who becomes, say it with me, the fan favorite. By this point, the stage has stopped fighting it, They lean into it. They make money out of it. Sabrina Carpenter actually guest starred on Soy Luna. Season 2, episode 58 and 59, playing herself, a fellow artist signed to the record label inside the show, performing her actual single Thumbs on screen. The premiere of Soy Luna pulled around 2.3 million viewers in Argentina. Over its run, 59 million total viewers in roughly 150 countries, dubbed into 15 languages. As I said, this is the one I actually lived through at 5 p.m. sharply every day. It was appointment viewing in my house, no exceptions. I remember getting very physically violent when I wasn't watching Soy Luna at 5 p.m. Screaming, throwing tantrums. It's actually a real story, guys. Serious shit. And it was because I actually have a point to defend myself. It's because at this point, streaming isn't a thing. So if I missed the episode, I didn't know what's happening the day after. And they would do a rerun of the episode at noon the day, of the day before. But I was in school. So if I missed the episode, I wasn't going to be able to watch it. It was very stressful. There was a lot of shipping wars on this show. I was Team Luteo. Team Luteo all the way. I actually, now that I think about it, these ships were actually kind of like a little messy. Because I remember Carol Sevilla, who was the main character of the show. She was 16 when she was casted or something around those lines. And these other dudes were 20, over 20. And why were they making 20-year-old playing like high schoolers? Why does Disney do that? Team Simba had its own entire faction fighting just as hard for Simon and Amber. So you just picked a side. You could ship anyone if you wanted. I feel like there was variety. You could go around. The tea on Soy Luna. Valentina Senator later doesn't come back for the continuation of the show, and she leaves for Netflix's Elite, which was like another show from, I think, Netflix Spain, which honestly, it feels like a solid upgrade to her career. She, positioned herself as an actress and not just kind of like moved herself from the Disney Channel actress, title vibe. It's reported, not confirmed. None of this was confirmed. Everything is just gossip online, okay? I'm no source of information. Multiple outlets said her castmates, people like Ruggero Pasquarelli and Michael Ronda, felt she kept her distance on set. The word that kept coming up was diva. There's actually an interview of Michael Ronda, who is meant to be this character's best friend of Luna, saying how much he loves Luna, but doesn't really like Carol. And this is like a direct clip. I'm gonna find a clip and put it here. Because he did not like her. A separate dressing room away from everyone else, she would lock herself away between takes, eating meals with her mom instead of the group. I actually made a realization as I was editing this video that this girl probably just didn't want to hang around people who were 6-7 years older than her, and that she was just keeping to herself. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Like, people like criticizing her and stuff makes actually no sense to me anymore, because they were fighting with a 15-year-old. And when Carol has addressed it publicly, her version is basically that she's just very professional and she doesn't like socializing during work hours. You know, everyone has their own way to work. And that she and Michael, being the only two Mexicans on an otherwise Argentine set, simply just worked differently, you know? I really don't know which one's the truth on this one. I just know it got repeated enough times across the internet that it kind of just became real information. Anything online is real information. anything on TikTok is real information.
We're gonna have to put the disclaimer.
Everything on TikTok is real information. Get your sources from Reddit. But I mean, for the cast to not like each other very much, they did sign up for Soy Luna season 4 that came out in June of 2026. Is roller skating like an actual like sport, dance, roller skating, but like roller skating for like dancing, like choreographies?
Yeah, I
You went to a competition? It's the same thing, but on like roller skates. Wow. I generally.
It's not as big, but there's certain the people are good at it. They'll do like flips and stuff, like
Wow, context. So yeah, it's funny that Carol actually spent years saying that she would never ever step back into the character of Luna, and that she was over it and that she was grateful. She always expressed gratefulness for the character, but that, you know, it was a part in her life that was left in the past. Until June of 2026. So season 4, Volver a Rodar, dropped on July 24th, 2026 on Disney Plus, with most of the original cast intact. Most. Valentina Cenere, as I said before, did not show up to the party. Never say never, apparently, especially if you're the one that, you know, are gonna hold the announcement. We get to Bia. I do not know much about the show, okay? Like, I think this actually came out during COVID or finished during COVID or something around those lines. So I was not watching this new channel at this point in my life. Bia hides the fact that she can sing because her sister Elena supposedly died in a car crash a decade earlier. Bia falls for the son of Elena's old bandmate, which, sure, sets up a full family war. This genre never misses. It truly never misses. Twist! The sister is dead. Nobody in this story stays dead. No one really stays dead. It's the first Disney Latam show to mix Spanish and Portuguese on screen. The Brazilian cast members had to actually take Spanish lessons to be in it. 120 episodes, 2 seasons long. Everyone assumes that Bia got canceled because of COVID, but actually that wasn't the case. Disney has actually confirmed that the decision to end the show was made way before the pandemic. What COVID actually ruined was the live tour. So the show was already wrapping on its own, and COVID just took away any chance of like a proper send-off. The villain's identity, Elena's full story, a whole pile of character arcs, none of it ever got resolved. It just stops mid-sentence, basically, like someone, like it just ends up like that. I remember seeing the ending just because I was curious, and it ends on a song, and that's it. An actress named Olga Peña plays the exact same character, crossing over from Violetta straight into Soy Luna Season 1, Episode 55. A character named Tini shows up in Soy Luna Season 2. And the show never once clarifies whether that's supposed to be the Violetta character or the actual real singer showing up as herself. Deeply unserious. I respect that. They just wanted to collab everyone. Crossovers. The Disney Channel Latin America Cinematic Universe. It is the cinematic universe. Bia shares named characters with Soy Luna, and a former member of the band Moondust turns out to be a character from Violetta. It stretches out into other Disney Channel telenovela shows format, Huacas, Once, Peter Punk. The music is the plot. It's just never background noise. It's part of it. There's always an outsider crashing into money and status they don't have. That's the actual engine of the whole thing, not the romance. The romance is just the decoration on top. Disney Plus launched in 2019. And a daily linear soap opera just did not survive the jump to a platform where everything drops at once and you're competing with an infinite scroll. Bia winding down quietly before the pandemic with its tour canceled by COVID ends up being the last one standing. There has been no new Disney Latam telenovela since. The genre kind of just stopped. Can you still get a good teenage show today? I don't think so. You definitely cannot get this. There is no format left on Earth that makes a 13-year-old need to be sitting in front of a TV at 6 p.m. on a random Tuesday anymore. The nostalgia clearly never left though. That's the entire reason why Soy Luna is getting a season 4 in the first place. It's not really new content, it's a reunion tour for a generation that grew up inside this exact machine. Myself included, apparently. I don't want to close out this video with merch numbers and chart position. Real kids actually had to be the ones to pay for all this entertainment. And underneath all of it, the same economics that made this show cheap enough to print money, that $40,000 an hour math, it's the same math that demanded this much output from people who were still legally children at the time. The talent though that came out of the shows was real. Tini, Carol Sevilla, Michael Ronda, Valentina Cernere. The machine worked, undeniably. It's just worth asking what it costs to make it work that well, that fast, and on people that young. I'm apparently the exact same target audience for this new season 4 Soy Luna situation, so Grandma, if you're watching this, we're doing this same time, same place as we always have. That's the tea, all of it, or most of it. Go watch it. Go watch a couple of the shows. I think a couple are in Disney Plus with subtitles. Go watch it. Let me know what you guys think about them in the comments. This is my first video, so I hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you thought. And please like and subscribe to stay watching more of this content. I'll see you in my next video.